Hello, my friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of the Strength of Thousands Adventure Path here on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls. If you're joining us this evening, you're in for a treat, as it's time for us to do the Strength of Thousands AP. Of course, before we get started, a few announcements, mainly being the programming schedule for the channel. Wednesday night, Wild Ambition.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw! Wild West campaign. Bit of an interlude, but the start of the next arc begins this week. What crazy new adventures await our party? Join us and find out.
Mild spoiler warning. Lorgar's got some crazy things he wants to get accomplished now that he's unlocked an archetype.
Then, moving right along, Friday night, Astral Calling, maybe something else. It depends on who we have and do not have for that game. Because I think we're down a Maya and a Rose and maybe a McKenna? Oh, you're Gain.
I said, I don't know why you keep saying I might not be there on Friday. I have told you multiple times I have no plans.
I think my brain just attached you to Maya and Rose's plans for some reason.
Okay.
And that's just that. Okay, with Evie, Chad, and Darius. Yeah. So Astral
We could do a
Calling
one. Okay.
Astral Calling on Friday, probably. Who knows? They're in a sort of virtual world right now. It's fun. I hope it's fun. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
I was really enjoying when you played the little voice and McKenna goes, "Who is that? That's not you, is it?"
I couldn't hear it at all.
Well, I knew it wasn't Will. I just didn't. I was like, who is that? I know that fucking voice is you.
Needed to be like, is it this gal? Is it this gal? Is it this?
Well, I thought maybe it might have been Rose, but I wasn't sure.
It's very fun. Y'all should watch the video on YouTube.
You should.
I look forward to a lot of Matrix jokes. You think those are dice you're rolling down?
Saturday, Sultan Sorcery. Will, Calf, Matt, and Chad playing through Solasta together. We're in a volcano.
We are about to be ambushed by a lot of dudes. Looking forward to that.
Ambush if you can see it coming from this far away.
I mean, if you can't stop it.
Okay, that's fair.
Then it's just a fight, though.
I did die last week in one of. We had to reload because I got murdered.
Oof. Yeah, the DM was feeling very mean, so to speak, where they're like, okay, first we're going to drain your hit points maximum to lower, and then we're going to attack you while you're paralyzed. Like, that's just a dick move.
Oh, no, it wasn't even that. They paralyzed me. The Wraith came, hit me, auto-critted because I was paralyzed. I failed the con save. My maximum hit points went from 52 to 9. And then the other Wraith flew, taking 2 AOs to come and hit me and just killed me outright.
That is what I said.
Wow.
Was quite cruel. Then, on Sunday, Sunhaven Sunday, Will, Emily, Aubrey, playing some Sunhaven. Sarah's going to take this week off, I believe. So, it'll just be the 3 of us, but we'll keep on playing.
Keep on trucking.
Of course, on Mondays, it's the Strength of Thousands AP. You're watching it right now, and Matt, why don't you tell us who's in this game?
Well, hello everyone. I am Matthew, or Urbanoff in various places on the internet. When I am not almost choking on my own water, I am the DM of this game, where we play the Strength of Thousands Adventure Path for Pathfinder 2nd Edition. But, in terms of the players, are lore speakers. Who to go with today first? Well, we were earlier discussing the live-action One Piece adaptation, and speaking of someone who looks out of this world enough to be a character in One Piece, Zoe, why don't you introduce yourself? With that hair, I mean.
Hey, everybody. I could be from One Piece. I don't really know much about One Piece. But Yeah, I'm Zosie Pose, and I'm playing Ophelia. She's our Whisper Elf Bard. Um, yeah. One Piece. What's the question for
The
the week?
question for this week is if you could instantly learn any language and be incredibly fluent in it, what would you want it to be?
Well, listen, speaking of One Piece, it would be Japanese. I took Japanese in high school. I love the culture very much. I would like to go live in Japan for a bit, so Japanese.
Well, speaking of someone who has a great fondness for certain aspects of Japanese culture, and I mean that in a good way, Will, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Will.
What is wrong with what I said?
I would have also been a little insulted by that.
I look at frog prints to make myself happy.
So cute.
Just have a box of 12 frog prints beside me.
I love.
Look, it's the frog that made me want to make Igara.
Oh,
Aww.
are those like trading cards?
Yeah, they're
Also
like little
naked.
frog trading frog packs on the back.
Oh, that's
Igara,
cool.
Igara has a cloak. He's not naked. Hi, I'm Will, also known as Tabletop Rolls on the internet. If you're watching this on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. If you're watching this on Twitch and aren't a member of our Discord, you can join our Discord with the link that just got put into chat. Playing Igara, Gama, and Choco. Igara is a summer, Gama is a summon, and Choco is a terror bird, aka Chocobo, and aka very squishy because multi-classing with multi-classing animal companions makes them very squishy.
Yeah.
And if you could pick any language to learn instantly, Will, what would it be?
Ancient Latin.
Damn it, Will, you stole mine.
Yeah, I want ancient Latin. I'm going to go and read all the old Latin and religious texts and be like, you see, you are all being mean for no reason, and close them and be like, haha. Yeah.
And last but not least, McKenna, why don't you introduce yourself and your character?
Hello. I am McKenna Ray Tynan of McKenna Ray Art on all of the places on the www.coms. I hope y'all can hear me. The neighbors are upstairs are really having a party and really going for it this Labor Day weekend / it's not the weekend anymore, so please, for the love of God, shut the fuck up. So I've turned my gain down. If everyone has an issue hearing me tonight, that would be why. I think if I'm playing Avi Avi. That's what I'm doing.
We appreciate that.
And her, yeah, thanks. And her familiar Agate. If I had the ability to learn any language, Latin is a tempting one because it's the root language of so many other languages, and it would be nice to like branch off of that. But I think I'd have to go with either Danish or German on account of if I were to leave the country and move to another country, it would be either Berlin in Germany or Copenhagen, Denmark. I have my escape cities. I have an A plan and a B plan because this country is a fucking nightmare.
I've
very,
heard
very
McKenna's
valid.
plan. McKenna has this plan so well thought out.
I'm a little sad your escape plan isn't Canada, but I can get that.
Aww.
I mean, to be fair, why would they want to come here?
I think it's Canada is just a little bit too America light for me.
I kind of understand that. Plus, there is no physical barrier preventing America from coming into Canada. So if you were fleeing from something, it could just follow you. Going to Denmark, there's an ocean in the way.
I mean, I would be specifically fleeing the American government. You know, on account of I don't trust them to be nice to gay people. I just don't. So those I have specifically picked out places where I think they're going to be nice to me in ways that are backed by law. You have to be nice to me, otherwise it's illegal. Uh,
Weirdly enough, that's what the judge at trivia night I go to says at the start of everything. Like, one of the rules is you have to be nice to me.
See, I mean, it's a good rule, and those are two of the more LGBTQ friendly countries. So that's either one of those two languages. I do have like a little dream in my head of opening my own game store in Copenhagen.
Delightful.
It's a very nice dream to hear.
It's a nice little tableau.
Also,
it sounds like a logistical nightmare.
It is.
To respond to Crystal Calf there in the chat, I understand the concept of boats. It is still a physical barrier. Like, yeah, you still need to have a boat and have the skills to use a boat to get across an ocean to reach someone who has fled from you.
No.
Canada to US, you conceivably could just walk.
Just wait till we tell them about planes, Calf.
Hey,
And
Flames
besides,
aren't
what
real.
What is Canada gonna do? Burn down our
What
White
is
House again?
Canada?
They already tried that. It didn't work.
Technically, we didn't burn down the White House because it was only the White House after we burned it down because they used whitewash when they were rebuilding it.
Oh,
What are they gonna do? Burn down the White House that isn't even actually the White House?
Burn
They
down the
already did
biblically
that.
accurate
Here we
White
are.
House.
Biblically,
Hey, do you guys want to know the last person that you thought that knows how to drive a boat?
Yuzo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
do you have a license?
I know how to drive a boat.
Okay. Good enough.
Good enough. But before we get into the intro, if you do exclamation point art, you can see a link to McKenna's TikTok. She posted something before this. Go watch that after the stream. If you're watching on YouTube, it's literally the first link in our description that you can click. So click that link.
Support artists.
Yeah. Our artists.
I mean, yes. Artists of all varieties. Support the wonderful art McKenna does. Support the presentation art that Will does in
That Matt
making this
does.
channel happen. Represent the wonderful, just sort of costume and makeup art that Zoe does. She doesn't have to do this. We've never asked her to do it. She does it purely because she's
So
awesome.
true.
And maybe support the stuff that I do, which is more of almost like a mental illness because I just have to do these things.
Graphic design is Matt's passion. And
Listen.
on that note, I just realized I forgot to fucking change them over again. God damn it, Will.
We're all in the right spot.
Last
Nope,
time
nope,
on
not that.
Strength of
that,
Thousands.
McKenna.
No, we're still on Hurricane
Yeah,
Hollow, huh?
yeah. I'm in.
It's not my fault this time.
No, this is all me. I was going to do it
Does that mean
today.
we're not dungeon crawling anymore?
Hooray! I mean,
Um,
honestly, though, for a dungeon crawl, this looks pretty interesting. I like the door mechanic thing.
As a fun little thing, I because I can't help myself, I have to mention this little bit of trivia as well. When the British reached what would one day be the White House, they found a full banquet laid out by the First Lady, who was supposed to be having guests that night. So they sat down, ate all the food, then burnt the building down.
That is
Because-
so me.
Because campaigning soldiers often eat like shit, pardon my
Yeah.
French. So,
No,
that was probably
French
just the
is not
officers.
pardoned.
French, English.
technically at that point, there were no such thing as Canadians.
Hmm.
These was only the British Empire.
So you mean all of the grandstanding the Canadians have done in our chat about burning down our fucking White House is a bunch of bullshit? Is that
If you
what
go
you're
through the
telling me?
tapes, you are the one who always brings that up.
That's fair.
Listen.
Let's be proud of our war crimes. It wasn't a war crime. It was like no one was hurt. It was an
Yeah,
empty
It's
building.
a pretty Canadian war
We
crime.
didn't even waste food, which would
Oh.
have gotten on my case. I hate wasting food.
I love war crimes.
You heard it here first, folks.
Oh, not me, Zoe.
Oh, that was in
One
character.
day, I'm gonna set up, like, we're a little questionable on Wednesdays this campaign, I'll admit. A little questionable. One day I want us to play just a comically evil campaign. Where, all right, objective 1 for this quest: burn down the orphanage.
Ah.
So
But-
just a party of rays.
Yes. But with more mustache twirling, perhaps, and mwahaha.
Dastardly.
Not just poor impulse control.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yes. That's Snidely Whiplash. But when last we left our group of lore speakers from Magambia, they were continuing their diplomatic mission to the city of Mazali to try and sway the mind and public policies of its undead god king boy, Walkana. After some excellent weeks spent of diplomacy, they managed to achieve this objective with a slight caveat in that Walkana, before he implemented any of the recommended more lenient policies, he required a favor from you. You were to go to the Shrine of the Eclipse, a little ways from the city, and retrieve some tablets, some ancient tablets. You guys set out, met up with some Bright Lions who are there to help you because you're your friends now, and you descended into the depths of the shrine. You have fought off golem guardians. You have fought off shining, never got to use their proper Nova powers because you kept stunning them, weird zombies. And then you managed to defeat in honorable combat the last pure guardian of this temple, who, with his final quote-unquote breaths, because he was an undead creature, implored you to save his
goddess.
would-be goddess, the high priestess of this shrine, who long ago, through a brutal act of kind of or not treachery, because it wasn't a betrayal or anything, but a brutal assault, was denied her apotheosis that was meant to...
I mean, listen, just because she didn't complete the ascension doesn't mean that he didn't worship her.
Probably did worship her. But you guys have been left with a further motivation in this temple now, and a bit of a literal and figurative wall in front of you, where the half of this ritual chamber is still barred from entrance due to it needing both light and dark sources of light. Oh yes, there was one of the things of this temple is that many of the doors, if not all of them, require either a source of moonlight or a source of sunlight to open. Clever use of a hole in the ceiling and some compact mirrors, you guys managed to set up sort of a light circuit to open seemingly all the doors on this floor. You also freed some trapped crocodile fae creatures who had become trapped in here because of some monsters on the lower levels. Thanks to some good diplomacy, and you guys managed to avoid a fight there, and they gave you some valuable info about what maybe waits before you. As we zoom back in, you guys have returned to the kind of first chamber where you initially fought the statues. I'm also going to return Avi to non-bat dragon form or size.
I should open up a character sheet for Charlotte.
So I'm going to remove Umandeo, because they are not there anymore.
We're going to sleep now, right? We're sleeping now, right?
Endures in Darkness was going to mention that he probably needed to return to the first level so you guys could get a good night's rest and recoup spells.
Well, before we go to sleep, Mango Mazali. Let's have the secret words for some delicious food from upstairs. you guys remember.
Sorry, say that again, McKenna.
I said I don't remember what Ophelia is talking about. I'm gonna level with
Oh.
you.
Upstairs there was a pantry, and you needed secret words in order to
The
have
magic
yummy
words.
food. Yeah, you need yummy food come out.
Okay. I think this is vaguely returning to me.
I mean, listen.
I'm gonna switch you guys back to the first floor map.
Listen, do I put important things in my notes? Sometimes. Do I put that in my notes? 1,000%.
Important things? Nah. Mango Mazzali? Fuck
Hell yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm looking at this floor. It's all coming back to me. Let's
You guys return to the first floor, and you do find something interesting waiting for you. So the Bright Lions mention that they have something that you should see. And they take you not to the room where you guys have been resting, but one of the unused other rooms. And you find, with two of the Bright Lions that came with them flanking, seems to be an unknown person, sitting with their hands bound behind their back, looking rather glum, just sitting in kind of a corner where they appear to be under guard. They seem to be just dressed in nondescript clothes, just sitting there. They kind of glance up briefly when you guys enter, and anyone who wants to can give me a perception check.
Oh, nat 20. And two
Not
crit
a nat.
failures from Avi
How?
and Agate.
In the world?
As above, so below.
We're starting off on a weird note tonight.
Roll 20. What?
It's clearly a follower of the god bird. I was wrong to doubt him.
Of course.
Ophelia. Ophelia. Also, I'd like to point out that poor Igora got a 21, despite not getting a nat 1, and it's still the same as Avi getting a nat 1.
You know, you didn't have to
So
point that out.
good.
You didn't have to be mean about it.
Okay, but it was funny.
I have a +2 to wisdom. I have a
Plus
negative
3 to
one. I have a -1 to strength and intelligence, a +2 to wisdom, a +3 to dex, and a +5 in con.
Ophelia, the thing that you notice when they look up, when you come in the room, they look at all of you, and there is a flash of sort of like recognition, but that they quickly try to like look down at the floor to cover that.
Ah, you remember us.
No, I've never met you before. I don't know what's happening here. I was just foraging for fruit in the jungle, and these people they just grabbed me and dragged me in here. You're not going to hurt me, are you?
Oh, but we remember you.
I don't remember you.
Deception check?
I don't remember him. That's not a deception.
Let's
check.
see. Okay.
Because I will admit right up front, you've never met
putting
this
on
person
a-
before.
We're putting on a show, shall we?
Mm.
Here comes the singing interrogation. You have come here.
This is your singing interrogation. We hope it finds you
This
well.
Look down.
Any reference?
Don't look her in the eye.
Any reference to the Clue movie gets an extra hero point from me.
Ah.
The Clue movie is an unappreciated
So
gem
good.
that not enough people talk about in this day and age.
They're doing
So
they're doing the stage play of it at MTC this year, Matt. We should go.
Delightful.
Ooh.
You ever been to Skinner's, Will?
Yes. Skinner's, for people who are not Manitobans, is a hot dog place. As terrible as the name may sound.
Hot dog
My
stand.
family loved it before going to Rainbow Stage. Get that
Hey, you
shoe.
want to go to Skinner's before we go to Rainbow Stage?
They got them shoestring fries.
Rainbow Stage is an outdoor
Should love
theater in
that.
Winnipeg, Manitoba, where they had to shut down one of their performances because everyone got food poisoning.
Oh no.
The entire cast.
Oh no. We're getting learnt today.
Yeah.
Um.
All right, a third.
Anyway, yeah.
They start looking a little panicky and start like visibly sweating a little bit. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't know you. I've never met anyone in this room or shrine or what have you. I'm just a fruit picker.
I can't believe you don't remember me. I'm so incredibly offended.
I'm sorry.
In fact, I'm so distressed I'm going to bed. Good night.
I've never seen this person before in my life. I don't remember. I don't want to be rude, but I don't remember who they are. I can't hear what you're
Yeah,
saying.
I couldn't hear any of that either.
You don't remember either. It's a bit. I think it's funny.
Oh, I get the joke. Okay, now that I know.
Oh yeah. Aren't I a good actor? I've been practicing.
Yeah. Avi looks maybe a little unsettled.
The Bright Lines mentioned to you that they did catch this person out in the jungle, but that they had visibly been trying to like get. They seem to be sneaking closer and closer to the shrine, and were very kind of keeping an eye on it before they were caught. So their cover story of picking fruit kind of thinned.
They're tailing us. They must be.
Igora comes back with like a wash basin.
Oh god, he's got a waterboard them.
Oh.
Oh, your time to take a shower. Does anyone have a zone of truth spell prepared?
It's just
That is the zone of truth. The wash basin.
what? No, that's to wash my hands after I'm done.
Oh,
Oh no!
I'd like to make an
You don't
intimidation
have to
check.
wash your
that
hands.
can be an intimidation check.
Did you know that?
Unfortunately, Zone of Truth is a divine and occult spell, which at least poor little Endurance of Darkness does not have access to.
I'm going to hero point the 3 that I rolled.
That's fine.
24 to fucking intimidation. God damn you.
That's good enough. Like
if you do it well, you don't.
I don't know what
hands.
I don't know what you want from me. I'm just a simple person.
Well, just tell us why you were actually here. I can tell you're BSing. The fruit trees around here are not worth coming to get. Just tell us why you were following us, and you might be able to go.
He kind of glances around the room. He seems to be like looking to see if there are any windows. He's like, okay, fine. I was ordered to follow you, and I gotta say, I'm not comfortable with it because I happen to know for a fact that we were not supposed to do this.
Okay, who ordered you to follow?
The overseer, the one in the mask.
Oh, all right.
You're with the illuminated tree then.
I mean, yeah, I'm kind of new. I just started kind of working with them like a few weeks ago.
Why?
You know it's a cult, right?
I mean, but they gave me free stew
Yeah,
and a place to sleep.
Listen, just because someone offers you free stew does not mean that they're going to be kind to you.
It was really good stew.
It can be the best stew in the world, but if you're part of a cult now, it's like...
It had
Do
spices.
you know what was in the stew?
He kind of looks nervously like that. Like, what do you mean?
I mean, it's
If you
only...
don't know a person, then you don't know what's in their food, and you don't know who you're eating.
Okay, this is.
Do you want to like make an intimidation check with that, or do you want to make? Are you just trying to screw with them?
I'm totally gonna make an intimidation check, and I am going to use
You
once
guys are gonna
again
frighten this poor guy to death.
performance.
I don't think either of them have that feat yet, Matt.
Jesus Christ!
Jeez.
Not yet. One day.
One day.
I do
but
like
not
we have the
today.
double act of Igor and Ophelia.
It keeps double rolling for me. It might be my mouse. I don't think it's Roll20. I think it's the new mouse that I'm using.
Listen,
So that'll be a 30.
I love partying up with Ophelia. It's great.
Who know what now?
Anyway.
Making a joke only Matt would know. It's all good.
Yeah.
I mean, I know who Sylvanas is.
Yeah.
It's like the overseer asked around, found out if anyone had any sort of kind of like thieves guild-esque skills, and I used to run with a crew, and so I was given the task. He asked me to follow you guys and keep an eye on people and not to tell anyone else in the camp that I was asked to do this, because apparently that he had been told that he wasn't supposed to, but he was trying to like take initiative something. He was like making excuses to himself. It seemed like he was. I didn't really care as long as I kept getting Stu in place to sleep. Like I am not a true believer in the whole thing like some of the people there seem to be. Um, it was just they seemed like nice people that wanted to help, and this was the first thing other than some minor chores and stuff that they asked me to do. So I thought, why not? They're not asking me to hurt or steal anything, so.
Was there something specific you were supposed to be looking out for us doing?
No, just I was supposed to follow you, and if you did anything worth reporting back, I was supposed to return right away and tell the overseer.
Well,
Now,
what
did
count
you?
is worth reporting?
I don't know if you guys came out with a glowing sword or a magical being in chains or something. I don't know. It's one of those things you know when you see it.
What about a normal being in chains?
I mean, that might be notable too. Like, is that something you guys are?
No, I think she's referring to you, buddy.
Yeah, but I can't really report back on that, can I?
Yeah.
No reporting for you.
I'm getting that.
I want to be clear. We are not going to murder you in cold blood.
I mean, I appreciate that. I mean,
like if they just wanted to know what we're finding in here, they probably just want to have a heads up in case you find anything crazy. But yeah, you'll come back with us. You'll stay here. We're going to keep you under a lock and key for a bit. I hope you can understand that.
yeah. Do you guys have any stew?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, actually.
and I will actually take you over here, and we will show you what's in it.
Cool.
Cool.
I gotta say, there's a weird vibe in this room. I'm trying not to make waves or make any comments.
You know, I
that
thought
might get me thrown.
I thought I was going to be the one who would go down that road. I'm surprised it's Ophelia.
I mean,
what road you're talking about. I'm just trying to show him that when we say mango mazali, we get the ingredients for a lovely mango curry.
I love mango mazali. Do
Excellent.
you put like the mango, like actual mango in it, or is it more of just a sauce?
Oh, we love actual mangoes around here.
Oh, some
We
chunks.
love-
That's great.
Yes, absolutely.
The two Bright Lion guards just kind of look at each other.
Igor just walks away and just
love
goes and
chunks around
finds the
here.
room and locks the door.
Oh, actually, you're one of the first people from the Illuminated Tree that we've had an opportunity to really talk to openly. At least I consider this openly, respectively to. Anyway, what's the sort of dogma? You were there for the stew in the shelter, but presumably other people are there
Well,
because there's.
they try and kind of hold up their hands in a way that's like, hey, now hold on a moment. Like you make it sound like I'm just like a crowd surfing moocher. I liked other things other than just room and board, so to speak. They seemed that their message I kind of resonated with. They were talking about community and sharing a part in a grander story than your own. I mean, without I've lived in and around Mazzali for quite a while, and I recognize religious overtones when I see it. This seems more just kind of community based.
Yeah, that is nice. The school where we work has, I think, interestingly similar structure to it, and a similar focus on community. Less so a focus on being, what was it, a part of a greater narrative and taking control of your own story? That's a really specific.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of specific, but self-empowering.
Sure, definitely. Was there anything more specific than that? Because I feel like that could be interpreted a lot of ways, and maybe that's the point, is everyone interprets it a different way, and they can take empowerment from it whichever way they interpret it. But
Well, I'm considering the position I'm in, I wish I could tell you more, but as I said, I've just been there a few weeks and everything. I kind of got the impression there were sort of tiers that once you are, you're more invested in things, they trust you with a little bit more.
They make you cry? That's terrible.
No, tiers with an I.
Oh. That's misspelled.
Okay.
like a ladder. I understood what you
I mean, I visualized it sort of like the step pyramids in the city, sort of like stacked on top of each other like a pyramid.
So like a pyramid plan.
They keep you stacked on top of each other? That's terrible.
Okay, now I feel like you're being intentionally obtuse.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm acute.
Okay.
Joke, I like that one.
An obtuse isn't a shape.
Hey, listen,
Obtuse.
Matt.
Obtuse is a property.
Zoe is just getting a different angle on the situation.
All right, I'm taking your hero point away.
But
you already used it. Damn it!
Let's have fun. Ah.
More than we've already been able to glean about the illuminated tree. This Overseeker, guy in gold mask, smiling, lots of teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting fellow.
Yeah. Talks a lot.
Yeah. Sort of came up to us to say thank you, but in a not nice way. You know when people do that? Where they're like, thank you.
I mean,
I don't think you mean that sincerely.
I personally have found that people who wear masks that completely cover their faces can kind of get away with being more disingenuous than most people because you can't get the immediate confirmation from their face that they're being phony.
Yeah.
And they feel
but
like...
then again, never mind.
This is the strangest conversation I've had in a few weeks, I'll admit.
Oh, and it won't be the strangest you'll have in your life.
Probably not.
Sorry you got sent to spy on people you weren't supposed to be spying on. That's kind of a raw deal.
I do also kind of find it weird. This was the first sort of like instance where there seemed to be sort of dissonance within the group. It always seemed like they were working a great amount of harmony, and this one, the guy was sort of almost kind of second guessing himself. Like it seemed like he was specifically told not to do this, but he felt like he should.
I think I understand what is going on here. So we are here on a reconnaissance mission. I'm not gonna tell you what for, because it's a secret. But we're finding a thing.
I'd like to say, now that I've been caught, please don't tell me any secrets that you will then immediately be concerned about me knowing and maybe not let me go. So don't tell me anything.
Exactly, because I think whatever we say to you, you're just going to parrot back to the guy with the mask, and that's understandable.
I mean, if I can't say if they offer me a stew, I wouldn't.
That's a see? I mean, a stew is a stew. A stew is a stew is a stew.
A stew is a stew, and a tongue is a tongue, and if you don't have one, you can't tell anything.
Yes,
in a weird mood.
Cannot write.
Ophelia, I don't know what crawled up your butt about 3 weeks ago, but this is concerning behavior, I must say.
That's a very specific date.
Problem?
I feel like I don't need to be a part of this. If you guys just want to leave and forget that I was over here, that works for me.
Oh, I never forget.
We're probably gonna keep you around.
All right.
Eating some food. We got basically an endless amount of food here.
How does that work?
Magic.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. But we're gonna keep you around here until we take care of what we need to take care of, because otherwise, you know, you might go back to the guy and say some stuff, and then he'd send more people. But if you're here and you're watching us, there's no reason to send more people, theoretically. But I think once we bring the thing, the MacGuffin, back to Alcana, hopefully he's going to open up the gates. That'll make things easier for the illuminated tree. However, if the illuminated tree were to, say, wrest that item from us and bring it to Alcana themselves, it would be the same result, except for they'd be ingratiating themselves to Alcana instead of the Magambia. So I would hazard a guess that that's probably his plan, based off of the information that you have given me so far. But I would imagine the people in charge just want to let us bring the thing to Alcana to get the gates open, because that's the first priority.
See, that actually wasn't the impression I got. It was more along the lines that they are not to be harmed.
Oh,
But yeah, like he made that clear. Like he said, like his instructions were that they are to be left alone. They're not to be harmed. They are to be told nothing. But considering, like he's like, considering I was given instructions regarding these specific people, I would like to know what they're doing and what's so special about them.
He was given specific instructions about us?
Yes.
So we were not to be harmed?
He reaches like into like he holds up his hand to show he's got nothing in it, and then he kind of reaches down very awkwardly with his bound hands and takes his shoe off. And he pulls out his shoe, and there's a false bottom in his shoe, and he pulls out an old well folded piece of paper. And he gives it to you guys.
I read it.
It is not a note. It is appears to be an old sketch. And you guys do note that on the sketch, there are a number of people. It seems like it was like a scene. There is one figure on the very edge of the picture that has been scratched kind of off, but you can obviously tell from kind of the long hair that it was Kiara.
What?
There is Igra. There is Benji. There is Avi. There is Ophelia. There is Igra. And there's another figure on the sketch in like Magambia clothes. And you look at the photo and you're like, I have no memory of this person. Who is this?
A bit more fucking memory magic. Oh! Can I think really, really hard?
Wait, what do they look like?
They're just kind of an average looking person. There's just like a human male, short black hair, kind of an easy looking smile. They're just like the kind of person that, and I don't mean this as an insult or any other way, there's nothing remarkable about them. Your eyes just kind of slide off of them.
Can I make
Everybody's?
some sort of will save or something to undo whatever memory magic?
You want to give me a will save?
I would love to.
Sure.
Please, please, please. I want nothing more than for this. Okay, I'll guess I'll take it at 31.
I guess.
It's hard to say. Like, you're not even sure if necessarily this is some sort of magical thing. It's just me like, this is just someone that maybe we just never really noticed. Like, this is a sketch that was done at some point. This person was just like, they're behind you sort of in the picture. You guys are all kind of like sitting on chairs and the like. You remember this instance, like during the first year, it was like sort of after the fight with the leshies and the things. You guys sat down, and this was a moment where all the competitors were sitting and got a picture of you guys specifically because you were the winners, and someone was like there with a sketchboard. But this one person is sort of standing behind you guys. They may have just walked up while the sketch was being taken, and you didn't even notice them. It may not be that your memory has been erased.
You know what? That's concerning because they didn't do the cool thing. We did the cool thing.
No, because, and also here's the thing. I know I'm not
sensing memory magic, which is, you know, who knows if my brain has been fucked with, because how would I know if my brain has been messed with if I don't, you know what I mean? But also, we have a list of the people who lived in Aspire dormitories, so there's no reason why we wouldn't know who this is. And there's also no reason for someone who didn't live in the Spire dormitories to be in the Spire dormitories.
But they weren't in the Spire.
No, it's just a
dormitory.
picture. Like, it's outside. The picture was outside. This was the immediate aftermath of the Leshy kind of fighting tournament you guys were in. This was like, oh, look, let's get a sketch of the winners and the judge.
Matt, did any of the teachers come with us?
To the shrine?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, fair enough.
You said that it looks old? How old?
Well, it's just a piece of paper like a few years old, and it's been folded up a lot.
Because it's been a couple years.
Where did you get this from? Who?
The overseer gave it to me. They said that it was sent to them. They told me to bring it back too. So if I could have that back, that would
No.
Nope.
be. Oh boy.
We
Well,
cut off your foot. Sorry, we get it.
I'm sorry. What?
You
What?
tricked me, lost it. I'm gonna very carefully fold it back up and put it in my journal.
Okay.
Is that a diary?
No, it's just like notes that I've been taking about stuff that's important. It's like the teeniest, tiniest scrawl. Like, she can fit 4 lines in a college, like, in between 2 college-ruled lines.
It's so cute.
Like, I think most normal people would need at least a magnifying glass.
Do you guys want to ask him any other questions?
Of course. So just to be clear, you're given specific instructions not to harm the people in this picture.
I mean, I was told not really to make contact with anyone specifically, but I was also specifically told not to hurt anyone in the picture. I didn't see that last person on the edge there. I don't know. Are they supposed to be here?
I don't know. We don't know that person, which is weird.
I mean, is it? I mean, there are a lot of people. Like, you don't know me. You don't even know my name.
That's
You
so
didn't go to the
true.
Magambia.
I'm so sorry. What is your name? That is so rude of me.
Bali.
Is that a
Dolly?
fake name?
Bali.
Bali.
The B. B.
Bali with a B. It's nice to meet you, Bali. My name.
Can I make a
is
perception
Bali.
check?
Yes, you totally can make a perception check. Yeah, he is lying through his teeth about his name.
That's a fake name.
That's rude.
Okay, you got me. My real name is Zazie.
Is that his real? Can I make another perception check?
Anyone can make a perception check.
Sure.
32.
Igor, do you want to make a perception check?
Igor left. Igor left ages
Oh.
ago. That's why I've not been saying anything.
Okay. Yeah, he's still lying about his name.
That's a fake name. Again.
I mean, how real are names anywhere? They're just words that we say over and over again. So you can change them, so how real can they be?
That's a good point.
Listen, names are very important.
I believe that you believe that.
Do you?
Yes, I'm motivated to.
You're motivated. That's excellent.
I mean, I am bound here on the floor, and I don't know who these guards are. I probably don't want to know. I'm at your mercy, so.
So what's your name?
Someone who's at Ophelia's mercy.
My name is Leek.
Like the vegetable?
You know, that actually would be nicer than what most people mention.
Well, that's a bit far-fetched.
What, the act?
Oh, sort of, yeah. People can be very creative about it.
You can really take the piss out of him.
Yeah, I've never heard that one.
Thank
Once again, not
God that Igora is not here to say that. Listen, as somebody with a silly name, Been there.
Oh, what's your name?
It's not a silly name. Sorry, I didn't mean to tell him your name.
I mean, yeah, please don't tell me anything that you might need to kill me about. I would prefer not to know that.
Oh no, everybody knows me. It's okay. You can know my name.
That's true. She is a little bit of a public figure.
Okay.
But this public figure is going to head to bed. So good night.
I believe there was some mango mazali mentioned.
I'll feed.
Oh,
him.
did we not
Little
already
bites.
feed him? I thought we were already giving him.
I thought there was no break in the interrogation. You guys were like,
Already, no.
you had dragged slowly some chairs into
Oh,
the room,
no!
turned them around, sat down, stared at him the whole time while Eager is off like, I'm going to have a nice nap. Gamma, make me a bed with your body.
I wanted to bring him over to the food to show him that
and
there wasn't people in it.
Will, are you constantly just having to dry your clothes out?
Prestidigitation.
Ah. You forget that that's a thing that does.
And once again, Igora only has a cloak.
Just
Igor's been naked this whole time, and
Whole
he
time.
didn't know.
We got
Just
you like
thrusting
got
out.
accused of Winnie the Poohing it a few weeks back.
See, that's
but
what I was
really
looking
it was
for.
Igora
It's
the
literally
whole
been me.
time.
It was Igora all
Ig-
along.
long. I've been here the whole time. All right.
Listen,
You guys leave with more questions than you came out or started with.
I don't know. I feel like I had most of my questions answered.
I had fun.
That's deeply concerning.
What? You didn't? You love learning. You love your answers being
I love
answered.
learning. I do love
You love your
answers.
questions being answered.
I know, but I just feel bad for the guy. I say
I
out of
mean-
earshot of the guy.
I don't feel bad for the guy. You made bad choices.
One of the Bright Lions, one of the more veteran-looking ones, does ask you guys that once they're done, if you guys think it's best, if you want to, they will this guy and
No.
bury him outside.
Oh, I really don't think that's necessary. If you could keep him here and
Oh,
comfortably,
definitely.
he doesn't need to be uncomfortable. I don't think he's necessarily done anything wrong. I think he's just in a bad situation.
They also say this, make sure out of earshot. In that case, just as a small favor, please don't say the word Bright Lions while they're here.
Oh, we didn't
Doesn't-
say it. You just
Yeah.
did.
Well, no, I'm being quiet about it. He doesn't seem to have clocked on to the fact that that's who we are, and we would prefer our presence and involvement here be completely unknown to anyone other than you.
So would we.
Yeah, we don't know you.
What's a shrine?
What's a lion? I've never met one.
That's a
Right or
lie.
Otherwise, is it? I don't think I've ever met a lion.
I think there might have been one at the zoo at one point.
No, there
That
was a tiger.
But no bears? Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my.
But yeah, we can let him go after we have successfully delivered.
Let him go or
delivered.
let him go?
No, no, no. we
Oh,
actually
you
just
should
let
flip a
him go.
coin.
Oh, Ophelia.
What?
I think he's just down on his luck. I don't think it's necessary for him to be harmed.
Listen, luck changes. Flip a coin and find out.
Avi gives the Bright Lions a very pleading look.
Welcome to being the Darius of the group. Is there anything you guys want to accomplish before you go to bed and recover your health and spell slots?
What are you doing, Avi?
Igora
I'm just-
also has something they'd like to do, but they will wait till everyone's
Go
in
for it. You
I'm
go for
going
it,
to wait
Avi.
till I would like to
No,
wait till
no, no.
everyone's in bed. So
Okay. I mean, we
He's
can
going
have
to
this
go and-
conversation before.
He's gonna go and kill the prisoner.
This is real quick. I tuck myself in. I can do this in bed.
Do what in bed?
Okay. Well, once all the folks have gone to sleep, Igora is going to make their way out to the room.
Downtown.
Out to the room where this person is being held.
All right.
Um,
There's a guard outside the door and a guard sort of in the corner in the
so
room.
be like, hey, do me a favor. Don't tell my friends you saw me come in here, okay?
He just
Right.
gives you a very uninvested thumbs up.
All right. Igor is
That's
going
just
to
so
use
bizarre.
a cantrip, and I'm going to cast Sigil on the back of my hand. And I'm going to make the symbol of that tree cult on the back of my hand as the sigil.
Ooh. Okay.
And Igor is going to head in there. And just by themselves, just kind of like walk over to the guy, wake him up. Hey, sorry, buddy, wake up! We gotta be quick here, okay?
Is the stew ready?
Yeah, Stu was ready a long time ago. I flashed him the symbol on my hand.
Oh.
I've been in here for a hot minute. That's why they didn't want people following us, okay? You're here now anyway. I can give you the information that I need to give, and we're good to go. Are they sending reinforcements?
Give me a deception check. You'll get a invisible bonus because of your use of a sigil.
Yep.
I think you have
38.
38. Okay. He looks kind of surprised and a little confused. Not that I'm aware of. I don't think this is like a double blind where they sent two groups that were completely unaware of each other.
That's bad. Okay.
Is it?
I gotta tell you what you're gotten yourself into, buddy. Then
Do you?
I mean, I gotta warn you, man. Like, same side. Come on, it wouldn't be fair. Okay, listen. This whole group,
oh boy,
real questionable.
I'm getting that.
Just a bit. Biggest questionable of them all is some of the folks they interact with. Keeping an eye on one particular person that has been causing that I think has been working closely with some of them and might cause us a little bit of trouble in the future.
Yeah, and who might that be?
They are a.
You are not. You are not.
They're this woman with demon head. All right, comes right off. Okay.
All right, hold on. So she has an extra head that's a demon that comes off?
Her head is like devilly demon. Like Igor will describe Mercedes to this guy.
Okay.
They've been in league with that thing for a bit. Questionable stuff here, but the biggest one is that really pink one. They've been looking into us closely. All right?
Okay.
All the other folks, they don't really care about the group all that much, but the pink one, Ophelia, has been trying to dig her little hands where they don't belong.
Just to clarify, who's digging whose hands into who?
Ophelia is digging her hands into our business.
Oh, our
business.
Okay.
And as far as I can tell, they're the only person in the group doing that.
Oh, that is good to know. Nice that I'll be able to return without being empty-handed, assuming I'm going to get to return. It kind of like gives you a mildly pleading look.
I got you. Don't worry. I'm going to protect you as much as I can while you're here. And
I really appreciate that.
If you get any messages or sendings, just like if you can signal. I can talk. I'm sorry, I woke up in the middle of the night to do this. Signal me, fill me in, and then we can keep each other on the same page. All right?
I'm absolutely going to do that. Okay. I hate to ask you this because you're obviously already kind of putting yourself out there on my account or for the sake of the group here, but it would really help if I got that parchment, like that sketch back. They are going to ask questions of why I don't have it, and it did seem like the head guy was reluctant to give it out. He did say it was like a recreation.
Yeah.
And then he like scribbled out one face on it, which was weird to me, but it would be very helpful if I can get it back. I understand if you can't, you're probably in a difficult position yourself, but
It's a really weird one. I'll do my best. No promises either way, though. All right.
I understand.
All
I
right.
understand.
Cool. Igora walks out.
Yeah, you won't get nothing from me.
Chew the scenery, okay. Yeah, fine. Igora then walks over to wherever Avi is. Avi, are you still awake? I can't hear you, Avi.
I was just about to send a sending, but
Oh.
yeah, why?
Okay, cool. So I went and talked to her buddy.
Okay.
I show her the sigil on my hand. He thinks I'm with them.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah, cantrips. People say they're
I love
people say it's
cantrips.
useless, but it works.
Never said that about cantrips. Cantrips are my favorite.
I don't know. There's this one person who really hated alchemists who would tell me that this is like useless and never usable, but I think we got use out of it anyway.
I think that people who think that cantrips like that aren't useful just aren't creative people.
And they have dumb names.
Damn. Anyway, I convinced him that I'm on their side,
Uh-huh.
so I feel like the information I got from him that way was a little bit more genuine.
Did you get anything new?
Not anything new, but all of it's basically confirmed that he was being pretty truthful with us.
Yeah.
It does sound like his life might be in a little bit of danger if he doesn't get that drawing back. So,
It didn't sound that dangerous. It just sounded like that guy wanted it.
it sound, you know how sometimes in like sometimes like the higher up professors will like put a task on a lower up professor, and then they'll put a task on a lower like student to do it, and if that student messes up, the professor gets in trouble, so that professor takes it out on the student really harshly.
Wait, you've been making the students do our work?
No, I haven't been doing
Endures in darkness, stirs in his cot.
that. I have not been doing that. Ophelia has. Anyway.
Slander.
Excuse.
Kind of sits up abruptly,
Bed. Excuse me.
fully dressed.
He's fully beat.
Oh, also, we should make sure we get him back safely. I've
Yes.
convinced him that no one in this group is, like, I've thrown him off the scent as to who's digging for information about this cult in the group.
Oh.
Because they thought, they were going to go and be like, hey, the bat person wants info. I've kind of thrown him off a bit.
Oh, how?
Oh, I just threw it on to Gamma.
He never saw Gamma, though.
No, I took him with me.
Oh, okay.
Summon.
Well, now you need to make a deception
Yeah.
check.
That's fine. I'm okay with lying to Avi a bit.
Ew.
No,
Like
No.
lying to our party members.
that's not gonna do it.
Oh, Elder Room Studios possibly about to see some inter-party
Yeah.
conflict, though not literally, but
Yeah, not literally.
thank you for the
Just-
raid.
Don't worry about it. It's been dealt with, Avi.
No. So you summoned Gamma to tell him that Gamma was interested in learning. Your story is not adding up,
Listen,
Ibra.
just ignore it. It's fine. It's been dealt with. That's all that matters.
I don't believe you.
Anyway, so
Not anyway. Who did you tell him
1 second.
was Bless you, Ibra.
Thank you.
I thought Will was reaching for a rule book. He's like,
No.
how do I get out of this?
No. Thank you. I was told I have to stop plugging my nose to stop myself from sneezing because apparently
Yeah, don't do
that's
that, Will.
Oh my God,
dangerous.
Will.
Apparently that's very dangerous and bad for you.
Literally.
Wait,
yes.
why?
I don't know.
You could pop a blood vessel.
Ah,
I literally do that every
if
time
you
I
hold
sneeze.
your nose when you go to sneeze.
That pressure has to go somewhere.
Am I gonna die?
Yes.
That's
I mean,
that's
yes,
what
we
Calf
all-
told me.
I
That's what
I
Calf
have
told me on
diagnosed
Saturday.
you with terminal sneeze disorder.
Honestly?
Pop an eye out.
Honestly, maybe I'll die
fine.
then.
Honestly,
think
it
of the
gives me
screen
cuter
content.
sneezes, so...
Igor,
Gotta maintain that brand.
I'm circling this back in.
Yeah, that's
Igor,
fine.
and at this point, Avi is not making a point to be quiet.
I threw it onto Ophelia's feet. She can handle herself. It's fine.
Why would you do that?
Plans, but that's beside the point.
plans.
Deal.
Also, why do you think Ophelia can deal with that and not me?
So, future plans of
Ophelia, give me a
transitioning cult from
fortitude save to
worshiping
remain asleep.
Kiara V2 to worshiping Ophelia.
Okay, yeah, you are sound asleep, actually.
Yeah, that's kind of like my plan right now, to get a good power
I'm
base.
sorry, no. Is what?
To transition the cult, this one, from worshiping Kiara V2 to Ophelia.
Wow, that's ambitious.
Yeah, that's the
How
plan.
would that work?
I hope it does. I think it'll be amazing.
How? Okay, lay this.
Look at just
All right,
imagine.
I'm awake.
Imagine.
Lay this out for
Okay,
me.
imagine this, Avi. Ophelia
Picture
has
this.
an entire cult behind her as
I mean,
like
she
a power
basically
base,
already does.
and
Not a
even
big cult.
A
but
cult
like
of personality.
like a bigger cult. Think of how useful that could be for us.
Yeah, for Ophelia, who keeps talking about killing people. I don't know if you've noticed.
Yeah. I wonder. Crazy. Right after they go and meet with Mercedes, that their personality changes. Fucking
With
wild.
Mercedes.
Yeah, do you know that, Will?
Yeah, she
Yeah,
said
Igor
that.
does not know that.
Didn't she say that she was going to go meet with her to Igor? Oh, no, never mind.
I don't think
Well, then
Ophelia said
never mind.
anything
I
about
don't
it.
know that. Then ignore me. But whatever. Just
You may have suspicions, but
listen. Either way, it doesn't matter.
So
It's been dealt with.
no. I'm awake. Lay out your plan step by step. I love a good scheme.
Oh, I mean, there's not really plans. It's just slowly begin transitioning power from away from Divine Kiara. Divine Kiara sounds really weird to say, but it's kind of where we're at right now.
I don't like it.
But
I
like,
don't
isn't that
understand
what
how
we're
you're-
dealing with here? Like, we're dealing with Kiara the Divine.
It's not really her though. From what
Will, you feel a strange power grow within you when you say those words.
Gross.
Oh
I
god.
also
Oh,
don't know if
gross.
Igor was told about that necessarily.
Did nobody? This is okay. You know what? Never mind. It was. I didn't feel like taking responsibility for my actions, and I tried to protect you, so I threw it at.
I think it is
Ophelia, because
well,
I care about Avi more than I care about Ophelia. You happy? There we go. Great. Anyway,
I also do feel
Done
like
with
that
this!
it is not a great logical leap for Igra, who has rightly assumed that this is sort of a cult in the making, and that you guys have been pretty open about talking that, ooh, we think Kiara's in charge of this. So it's not a big leap
I
there.
just
Well,
wanted to just kind of antagonizing.
God damn it.
that's fine. I understand this. Either way, it's been dealt with. He's convinced. I've convinced him I'm on his side, and we're fine.
You are maybe starting to stir now a little bit, Ophelia. There's been some raised voices. You're like, what?
Okay, Igor, I think in the future, telling followers of this cult to go that Ophelia is
Better.
trying to find information about them is not. If that's your end goal,
That's the end goal.
I think that's a weird tactic to take, and I don't understand it. I would like to understand it if you've got more.
It's a cult thing. Like,
Oh,
do I
boy.
put this? Like, you know, sometimes the people with, like, the most information and the most powerful. How do I put this? So cults, they control how information goes out to their members, and that's sort of how they manipulate you to give you that sense of belonging. In this case, they give this guy stew, right?
He loves his stew.
He loves his stew, and because he loves his stew, he is more willing to listen to their cult's message because they have that sort of information channel going down through him. So I'm trying to make it seem like Ophelia is gaining information to make her seem more powerful, so that she can pull those people who are maybe a little bit more vulnerable to that onto our side in the future. Because to be honest with you, I'm not the type of person to lead a cult of personality. Ophelia is.
Now your good fort saves are working against you.
Listen, fort saves are my best thing because of great fortitude.
The nat 20. This girl is out. Ophelia snores.
Listen,
Maybe-
Ophelia
Super.
does not snore.
It's
She
like
whistle tones in her sleep.
Anyway,
Okay, I just in the future, Igor, I don't.
I'm not going to lie, it was kind of off the cuff. I was trying to get information, and it's just how it worked out.
Okay, I'm actually glad to hear that because that to me, I think, like, is a snap decision that makes more sense than like if it was a plan.
But in all seriousness, like, you know, transferring the power base from Kiara to Ophelia might be something that we should look into, because it would probably be very beneficial to us.
Okay, Egrap, how do you feel about cold-blooded murder?
I personally am neutral to it.
Okay.
To be quite honest, Ophelia has been a little bit weird the last and honestly, Avi, let's go into another room. Here, come. Yura just picks up Avi and just starts walking into another room.
A whistle.
That's bad. She can walk herself.
I need to make a reflex save. I don't like this.
Squirm out like, yeah. You guys ever seen that meme
37,
of someone
wiggle out.
holding a little
Okay.
bat and it's like going, I am the knight?
Yeah, very bad.
Alright.
With a 37, I think.
No, it wasn't like it was like a scoop and walk.
Also, you guys,
Scoop and
you
walk.
notice as you're walking out of the room, completely nonchalantly, not even trying to hide it, Endursory Darkness just kind of truddles behind you with like getting like a notepad out ready to like take stenographer
Yeah,
notes.
Ender's question for you: has Ophelia done anything like weird or questionable in front of you that you've taken note of in the last little bit?
Luke reaches into his bag, pulls out a different set of notebooks. So, I can't say that she's done anything exceedingly out of the ordinary. I have noticed a slight shift in her personality, but I didn't want to say anything. I didn't presume that was my place.
All right, wait. Okay? Do you have a date on that? Because we could probably figure that out.
It was sort of a general kind of sense of things, and it did start before we left for the diplomatic mission.
Okay, before
That's the best I can do, I'm afraid. I did also want to mention one thing. It may not be my place to say this thing, as I am the TA. But it does seem like the diplomatic mission high-ups could perhaps benefit from a bit more inter-party communication. People seem to be running on their own tracks.
You know, to be honest with you, Enders, I understand wholeheartedly why Avi does not
Ophelia
tell
has
me anything.
stirred. Ophelia has stirred in her corner. Whether or not you make it obvious that you have woken up is entirely up to you.
Hell no.
All right.
All right, but
I've gone into another room though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've seen that everyone has left. They're going to betray you, Ophelia.
Are there any bright lions standing watch in the main area?
You do know there are a couple bright lions out in the halls. There's actually a couple sitting in here who have kind of fallen asleep as well. But there are some out in the hallway. They're not guarding your room. Like, they did not want to give the impression that you guys are like under watch or prisoners or anything. So
I guess I would just go over to one of them.
okay.
Where is everybody?
Oh, they went down to use one of the empty rooms, I think.
Without?
No,
I mean,
Charlotte's
that
there.
does seem
Charlotte's
to.
there.
Yeah, Charlotte is sleeping soundly. She's like curled up. You know how like you see like a spider when they die, they kind of curl up, but this is much more gently.
Around a pillow.
Yeah.
That's so adorable.
I like
Um,
that Charlotte has just been napping through this whole ordeal of us interrogating this guy.
I mean, she has deep dreams full of formulas and peakers and Erlenmeyer flasks.
And vampires for some reason.
We love. Yeah, Ophelia's gonna go find everybody.
All right. You guys can have a little bit of a conversation before Ophelia finds you.
Yeah.
Avi says, well, there was this letter that she got from someone in her family, I think, right before we left.
All right.
I feel you stop outside the door and you hear your name being mentioned. Do you stop or do you keep walking into the room?
I'm
Either way.
gonna.
I
Matt,
should
can you
say this.
Ah,
I will say this. If you want to remain hidden inside the room, you will have to give me a stealth check, and this will just be against their passive perception.
Matt, can you roll me a D3?
Out in the open or secret?
Results.
I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Okay. 1.
Okay. Gonna head in.
Right. The conversation is interrupted as Ophelia enters the room.
Hey, Ophelia, what's up?
What you guys doing?
Show back of the sigil hand. Confirming information with Avi that I didn't get because I left for a little bit of a ruse. Didn't want to wake you.
I was there too, though.
And did you hear the second half of that sentence, Ophelia?
Yes.
Right, can't hear you, McKenna.
You were asleep. You were like doing the. You know that thing that you do when you're asleep and you start whistle toning? You go beep, 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 that?
Is that what whistle toning is?
No.
And we just didn't think it was a good idea to wake you up. I was awake because I was gonna send a sending to Mariama, but you know.
Indoors?
Taking
Yes.
notes.
I'm just here to take notes for posterity and later reference. And you do know for a fact, Endurance in Darkness is possibly incapable of lying. So what he's saying is true, at
Right,
least.
yeah.
We can't
Still can't hear you,
We're
Nikki.
Nikki.
up and I hate my neighbors. Hold on. You might just have to listen to their bullshit.
That's
No,
fine.
that's okay. That's okay.
I think they've
You-
quieted down.
You woke up indoors and you didn't wake me up?
Endurs was
You were
already
Durs
awake.
woke up on his own, and you were out, girl.
I
What?
should mention I'm quite actually sensitive to vibrations through solid surfaces.
Oh, that makes sense.
Right. How do you
I'm
ever
sorry if we
sleep?
woke you up.
I don't really sleep necessarily. I just sort of turn into a different sort of mode. Just I don't dream, so
I'm sorry, respectfully, that's terrible.
I mean it's relative.
I guess if you don't know what sleep is like, it wouldn't be that bad.
I mean, sleep's terrible too, to be honest.
It is kind of a curse to lose like a third of your life.
You know?
Is Matthew
A
A
disagree?
third? Your life?
Yeah, you're awake for, work for 8 hours, have 8 hours to yourself, and then sleep for 8 hours. That's 24 hours in a day. That's a third of your life. If you're
8
getting
hours
full
of
8
sleep.
hours of sleep.
But I mean,
Which we are not doing right now.
let's be honest. Let's see, 8 hours, and then like say another 6 hours on working on your own stuff, and then like maybe 2 hours of leisure.
Anyway, so what did you ask the guy?
Oh, I went and confirmed that the information that Avi and you got was truthful, and I got that correct.
Yeah.
I do
nothing
feel bad
too
for him. It
bad.
does sound like if he doesn't get that parchment back, he's going to be in a bit of deep trouble, but, I'll leave that up to the...
He doesn't need to go back.
Well,
I mean, we don't need to kill the guy.
Bobby, we shouldn't kill him. That's
That's
terrible.
what I was saying.
Avi always going for the murder solution.
I know, Avi, what's been up with you lately?
Here, wait, Ophelia, let
Does
me
anyone
just,
smell
let
gas?
me just,
Possibly
like-
from the light.
let me just light this gas lamp.
It's actually from a movie
Listen,
called Gaslight.
listen, Avi. I may joke about killing people, but I don't actually do it.
No, what I was saying is we let him go. He's got free will to go wherever he wants. He doesn't have to go back to that guy.
You're
It's
right.
really it's really difficult to leave a cult once you've been getting ingrained into it. Like
I've only been in there for like 2 weeks.
Avi though, but the sense of acceptance that you get from it is very. It makes a person feel really good. So I can understand having trouble leaving a cult once you've been a bit indoctrinated.
Well, I mean, listen, he's gonna go back. We know that. And that's actually great for us. Because we can tail him.
Tell him why.
Yeah, we know where he's going.
Oh, right. We do
They
know.
have that camp right outside the walls.
And we know we know who he's talking to.
Yeah.
Gold
the guy in the
mask. Gold mask. Scary guy.
Right.
Smiley face. Smiley
Right.
mask man.
So then why were you talking about me?
Because you had the information. You're the one who got it. You did the interrogation.
Yeah, but why were you talking about me?
Because
Because
you
we've
got
been
the
worried
info.
about you. You've just seemed a little, I don't know, angry at the world lately. Angry at people,
Did something happen? Did something
murdering
change?
people.
I don't know. We don't really talk, do we?
I don't know. Well, I didn't want
Ever.
to ask you about it because I thought it might have something to do
If
with that letter
Endures
you
could let
got.
out a little cough, he might.
And you didn't want to talk about that, so I didn't want to, push your boundaries about it. But also, I'm worried about you.
Did you? Okay, we'll start here. Did you figure out the letter?
No.
Igara's.
Ophelia, give me a will save.
What?
God damn it. God damn it!
This is where we realize that Ophelia is playing a Dark Urges run.
You
Suddenly my
think all
hand's
your
missing.
problems would be solved if these people would just stop asking questions. No, I can't do the wonderful lady's narrator
That was
voice.
pretty close. That was solid.
I'm gonna say though, because that is a natural one, which is what I've been looking for all these times. You feel a sudden tension in one of your hands, Ophelia, and you start to grip, and the hand starts to tremble, and you're gripping so hard. Feel like maybe you are drawing a little blood in your hand, and there is a horrible urge in you right now just to run and get out of here at the mention of the letter. Like, oh, they shouldn't know about that. They can't know about that. I shouldn't have told anyone. We need to go. And you guys, because it is a nat one, you do see at the mention of the letter that I don't think she actually like Avi told Igor about the letter
I did. That
just
was the last
just
comment
now.
I made.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was the letter.
No, that was the last comment I made before Ophelia came in the room.
Yeah. This is something that to her, Igra should not know about, and this means that there's information that she wanted to keep control of is now spiraling out of control, and it's possible Avi has been talking behind her back, and it's maybe that she has betrayed her trust. And you see that Ophelia starts to get her pupils dilate a little bit.
I summoned Gama behind her.
You're hurting me.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Avi's just gaslighting
Not you.
I don't
And
think Igor is trying to hurt
your
you
hand
either.
uncurls a little bit, and the tension stops.
Your hand.
All right, so this is where you tell us what the hell's going on because you're a liability now.
Not you.
Oh.
And you're not a liability?
Ooh.
I don't go down like this.
Neither do I.
You just did.
I'm not down.
You're very down. You were out of it for a minute there. Your hand's bleeding. So what caused it? What caused it so we can deal with it, or know how to deal with it, or help you deal with it? Because that's what we try to do.
Is it?
I think most of us are. We're close at this point. We spent how many years together as a group? Fuck, I've taken how many hits for you all? I've lost how much blood for you all? If that doesn't show loyalty, I don't know what the fuck does. So maybe do a little bit of sharing, Ophelia.
I think, Ophelia, most of the time I make an effort to not pry where I'm not wanted, but I think in an instance like this where you are being hurt, I don't want to see that.
Matt, roll me a d3.
free. The opposite.
I need to tell you this.
Ophelia starts crying.
Oh,
Avi, wait. Ophelia,
oh,
tell
I give her
us.
a hug.
What's going on, Ophelia?
I don't know.
All right, so let's start with this. Letter. What was it?
I have no idea. Igora.
How did you solve it? What did
I
you...
don't know.
I don't think she solved it, Igra. There's one other thing, and I haven't said anything because I didn't want to upset you. But the other day when we were fighting the owl people, we saw cracks. Like you might have been made out of porcelain, but like here. And then they went away once you were healed up, but I don't know if that's something you were even aware of. I imagine connected.
Igor, I know you are looking for a way to stop Mercedes.
Yeah, I told you all that. That was the whole point.
What if she was the only one who could help me?
All right, great. So now we know you made a deal with her. We can work with this.
Well, that's
What
not
was the
she
deal?
said.
It's been hard for me this whole time, but it was getting harder,
Mm-hmm.
and so I went to her
Yeah.
because I didn't want to hurt you guys.
I mean, Ophelia, I don't need you to justify what you did to me. I trust you. If you went to her, I know that you thought that there was no other solution. I understand that. Did you make a deal with her? And what was the deal?
Yes, I made a deal.
All right, and then what was the deal?
I gave her my issues.
Interesting. All right.
In exchange for information, which hasn't helped me at all because I can't figure it out.
Oh.
There we go. All right. We have one more step forward now. Good. This is progress.
What was the information, if you don't mind my asking?
If you want, Ophelia, I can explain a little bit here of what you saw. I know it's been a few weeks.
if you want to, because it was the whole mirror thing and like.
Basically, you made a deal with Mercedes to provide access to a special magical tool that allowed you to essentially do a inward-facing scry that allowed you to kind of like mystically try and analyze yourself, and all you seemed to get out of it was you saw like multiple versions of yourself. You're not sure if that represented different emotions of your own or different mindsets or something else, but it did just sort of it raised more questions, but it did at least answer to you that it was something coming from inside you that was causing the issue, that there was some sort of divide, that you were not in harmony with yourself. Whatever that means necessarily is entirely up to you to discover or you to interpret. But that's kind of all you got out of it.
Right. I need that mirror, Igora.
All right.
And she knows how to use it. And here's the thing. I may have gone to her in desperation, but I know she wanted to help me. She wanted to.
That's kind of what she
She
does.
wants to help people.
Like I said, I have no issue with the fact that you did that.
I mean, honestly, it doesn't sound like something we could have helped you with. At least, not to that extent. So, I mean, and you know me, I'm not gonna have any issues with Mercedes, but you do you need the mirror itself, or do you just need to use it again?
I need to use it again.
Okay, that seems a little bit more obtainable than just taking the whole mirror, because that I don't even know what we'd even be
God.
going to trade for something like that.
Or if you guys
Well-
wanted to do a heist on the Black Hat, that would be crazy.
Oh my god.
I
Hey.
think that would be fun. Yes. Do I think the ramifications are that, or something that Avi wants to deal with in character? No.
Listen,
Good
out
God,
of character.
The things I would have to prepare for that is it is a magic shop. You guys knock over a shelf, you might release a dragon, who knows?
I'm so sad that Charlotte isn't here right now.
I know. She would have mediated like so well too.
I know.
She's gonna have some homework. She's gonna have to watch this.
No.
I never meant to keep it a secret from you guys.
Of course not. And this is personal business. This is information about yourself. And inward scrying. That's a lot. That's really personal.
I just wanted to figure it out before I told you.
Yeah. That makes sense. It's hard to come to someone with a problem and then be like, I don't actually know anything about it, or even if it's even a problem. It just sort of seems like a problem. Especially because you keep talking about murdering people, and I'm gonna level with you, Ophelia. It's really kind of scaring me.
I mean, listen, just because I feel neutral about murder
I mean,
doesn't change the fact that I am who I am. How do you feel about murder, Avi?
that it's bad. I think
Igora?
that's one thing. Igor's neutral on it too, so you guys are on the same
So
page about it.
listen.
But
No, I do need to preface this with the fact that the only reason why I'm neutral to murder is because it would be incredibly hypocritical if I wasn't anymore. If I wasn't.
I
So,
think people can grow and change, Igora. I'm just saying, I think killing is one thing because people get into scraps and scrapes and need to defend themselves or need to defend other people. That's one thing. I don't think that's necessarily the same thing as like third-degree murder, premeditated murder. Manslaughter and murder are technically two different things.
I mean, would I care if one of the Bright Lions killed that guy? I mean, not really.
but there
We
was a
don't know
time-
him.
But there was a time where you would have.
I don't know.
No, I
There would have a time.
I distinctly remember a time at the beginning of our adventures where a similar question was posed and everyone was like, no, Igora, we can't do the murder. Murder is
Character
wrong.
development question mark?
Oh.
Perhaps there was a time where you would have pretended to care,
Ooh.
at
Ooh.
least. That's not me trying to be mean. That's just I remember how early those comments about disposable friends popped up.
Oh, I still think that.
I
sure.
know.
By the by, I just wanted to make this clear. Endures of Darkness, quite a while ago at this point, has stopped taking notes and has closed his little book like, this is not something I need to record, or should I? I'm going to sit here calmly and maybe start pulling out a tea set.
You are a good TA,
There's-
Endures
you
and
can-
Darkness.
This is
Go to
above
bed
my
if you
pay
want.
grade.
This.
So you can
I don't
even
get
go
paid.
back
I'm a
to bed.
TA.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to keep you up.
He doesn't sleep.
I know, but he should still rest.
Like, watch this. He kind of just slumps over a little bit and then comes back up. See? I just do that.
Okay.
Thanks. I hate it.
it's okay. I think my end point is whether you were being sincere in your anti-murder stance earlier or not. It just seems like you know
Damn it.
you've been very murder forward lately, and it's a little unsettling. You know, when dealing with Leek, when dealing with Kiara. I mean, it's a lot.
'Cause- I mean, Igor, how often do you think we should just kill somebody?
In this
Igor was talking about
situation,
murdering Mercedes just a couple weeks ago, months ago. Time is a
redeeming
weird
now,
soup.
thank you. But in all seriousness, not constantly. If it were in a civil situation with someone, 9 times out of 10, I will not resort to murder, as has been seen many times. But like, in a situation where it's like us in this temple and someone trying to stab us, actually, yeah, kill them.
Yeah.
This has gotten a lot more philosophical than
Anyway.
I expected it to.
This is a lot deeper than I thought it would be. I'm going to go do something stupid.
What are you? What are you doing? What did we just learn, Igora?
I think I can get Ophelia the mirror.
How?
I can use the mirror again if I want to. I can go use it again.
Oh,
I gave her something rather large.
Yeah, you said your issues. How did
Okay,
that work?
what exactly can Ophelia, just please in plain language tell us what you gave her.
I gave her a useless ability.
What was the ability? The reason why I'm asking these questions is because like these are important things to know. You effectively gave up part of your soul to this person. What did you give up?
Igora,
Ophelia.
how do you feel about frog legs?
I'm kind of neutral. I really don't know. It's been a while since I've seen her.
Avi, how do you feel about Kiara?
I care about her a lot.
Oh, that's a cute ship.
How much?
What?
Foxbat?
Quantify caring about someone. That's an interesting question. I'll have to think on that. But a lot,
I get it.
obviously. Because
When you care about somebody that much, you do stupid things. You do stupid things and you hurt people and you kill people and it's terrible.
I don't think I've done any of those things in pursuit of caring.
Not yet.
You gave up your ability to love.
I didn't need it.
Yeah. Alright. That's fair.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's fucking terrifying that she has the ability to take that. Oh, that fucking
She
terrifying.
didn't take it. I gave it to her.
Oh. No, let me rephrase. Oh, that's fucking terrifying that she has the ability to accept that from a person.
There you go.
Better?
Yes.
Alright, cool.
This is better.
Consent is important.
That is so true, Avi. We are all about consent here.
Uh-huh.
Sign on the dotted line.
Jesus.
All
God,
the
I-
I's are dotted and
I
the
just-
T's
I
are
can't.
crossed.
I want Mercedes to have a musical number so bad.
Don't stop dancing till the curtains.
Igor is
Dark
just
one.
pacing in the room right now. Just like,
Listen, Igora, I didn't give away my whole ability to love. I love you guys. Platonically.
Romantic love, then.
Yes. I didn't need that.
The passion that drives people to madness.
I could see that
This is-
having its advantages to be rid of. I don't know if I would make that choice personally, but I respect it.
Thank you, Avi.
Igor's just emoting in the background.
no, Igor is literally just like having a panic attack in the background.
Listen, it was something that I struggled with for a long time, and I thought it would solve things, and it didn't.
I want to be very clear right now. The panic on me, the panic attack that I am currently experiencing is not because of you willingly giving up your ability to have romantic love. That is perfectly fine. You do you. The panic attack I'm currently experiencing is the fact that we are regularly dealing with an entity who has enough esoteric ability to accept something of that level. Holy. And then back to the panic.
I mean, if she can deal in things esoteric like favors and, you know, a debt like that.
Right. I mean, like, deals are powerful.
Mm-hmm. But it sounds like this is something that she could probably only do within the confines of a deal. And that's specific.
So then just don't make a deal with her, Igora.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll be fine.
But what if you need something?
I will never turn to her.
Then Igor
Never
will
say
get it
never.
himself.
And that's your choice.
All right,
Igora.
I
Forever is
really
a
do.
long
I really
time.
do worry about all of you when you deal with that person, because it's one of those things where there's. Are you familiar with the premise of a monkey paw?
Yeah, you know, their
She
hands.
gives me monkey paw vibes.
That's, I mean, the
She has
vibes that
hands?
you have been perceiving, and what she has actually been giving us might be wildly different things. 'Cause so far she's been nothing but generous and hospitable.
Has hands?
She does have hands. That's true.
She has hands. Ophelia, to give you context, the monkey paw is sort of like a thing that you would make a wish on, and then it would curl the fingers, and once all the fingers were curled, something terrible would happen.
I mean, technically, the concept of monkey's paw is that specifically when it grants wishes, that there's always an unforeseen downside.
Yeah.
Not just when the
There's
whole
always
thing.
a catch.
I mean, listen, she's got, what is it, 6 arms? That's a lot of fingers to curl.
There's a lot of fingers to curl. Regardless, I think Igor is saying that there's always a catch to her deals, and so far I just haven't experienced that myself. But that's part of why I made a deal with her in the first place with something relatively
Wait.
bargain bin.
What?
You
You
both
also-
knew about this. You both knew about
I know,
this.
I know,
I'm
I
not
do.
on you for not remembering.
I know, but Igor was just
No.
like, oh, right, yeah, that, oh, God. Hey,
I
Charlotte, have
forgot.
you made any deals with Mercedes secretly? Yeah?
Charlotte
Great.
back in a room like, oh, yeah, I'd love some candied grasshoppers. Yeah.
Am I literally the only one who has not made a deal with that devil? Jesus.
Yeah.
Endures of Darkness raises his little hand. I haven't.
Fair. Endures in Darkness, 10 points.
Yeah.
10 points extra credit for you. Every semester you go without making a deal with her, I'll double it.
I don't think I've earned that.
You have. You sure as hell have.
Sure as hell.
Ah!
Anyway,
Are you giving students extra credit for doing things for you? That's terrible, Igora.
I am giving them extra
Wow.
credit for not actively putting their lives in danger.
Igor
Flashback
also
to the
said that
Magambia.
That's
Yeah.
not what the
Kazera
Magami
is-
is about.
Jazari is accepting a crate of rare materials with a little note on the box from one of the TAs just on behalf of your friend Igora. No,
Igor
I
also
would
said
for
that
Shazari.
sometimes he pushes his work off onto the students.
No,
And then when
I did
said,
not
"Igor,
say
You
that.
don't do that. He said, no, Ophelia does that, and I haven't seen you do that either. And we're just listening, we're being
Excuse me?
honest. We're sharing.
You know, I'm just going to
The
leave.
only thing that I teach my students is to be their most authentic selves in their spells. That's the only thing.
It's a good lesson.
I
Over in
take
the-
nothing from them.
Endure in Darkness over in the corner like, oh, I certainly hope I don't spill the tea. There seems to be a lot of that going around.
Endures. You've never been sassy before.
I've
I
never
like
been what?
this. I like this, Endures.
I like, oh, that's the nicest thing you've ever said about Endures in Darkness. Ophelia.
I take it back instantly. I instantly take it back. I can't. This is terrible.
Very good teammate, Endures in Darkness. Regardless, that's good. Do you think that maybe the lack of this romantic affection is maybe making you a little bit more murdery?
No.
No?
No.
You've just always had this level of murder in your heart and you're only now feeling comfortable enough to let it out?
I now have a slight theory.
No. Oh
So
no.
what's going on?
So this is the theory, and please just keep
What's
in
your
mind this is just a
theory?
theory. And like this may not. I don't know how to like word this correctly in a way that won't make me sound awful, but I think there may be multiple entities or types of Ophelia existing within of Ophelia.
No. No way.
Like multiple.
I'm an original. There's only one me, Igura.
Yes, like multiple. Yes. That is my working theory with the evidence and the talk that we've had.
This doesn't explain the cracking.
It doesn't explain anything, Igura.
Other question: did your mother actually make you, or did your mother make you?
I had a father, Igura.
Okay.
Just because he died doesn't mean he wasn't existent.
Oh, that's a weird question.
That's the cracking could be like a construct thing. We don't know. I'm throwing spaghetti at a wall, and we're seeing what sticks.
I bleed. I'm not a construct.
Constructs
That's
can
true.
bleed. Have you
That's
seen a
weird.
flesh
What?
golem? They can bleed.
Have we seen a
that.
flesh golem? I don't believe we've seen
I-
You guys have
don't-
seen a lot of golems. I don't think you've seen a flesh golem.
Ever want to see a
You would
flesh
remember, I
golem,
think, if you
please.
know.
To answer
Can
your
we
question, Igor,
Kill
no.
me.
Oh,
I have not seen a
yes,
flesh
but
golem.
there are some things that there are some constructs that can bleed. But
How do you know who a construct is? How can you tell?
I don't know, Ophelia.
I
I'm
think
not
you-
the smart one. Avi's the smart one. I'm
You'd
just
be
here to be a
resistant
hit.
to a lot of stuff. You'd be
Are-
resistant to magic.
Will, are you saying Ophelia is sus?
So you're saying I wouldn't have died to the purple pox?
Oh.
I don't know. Maybe listen. Maybe you're some highly advanced magical tool. Who knows? I don't. I'm just trying to help.
Igura, you're the one that's being a tool right
Oh
now.
my fucking god.
Will, you don't have any ranks in diplomacy, do you?
You're just making it
He
too
sure does.
easy. You are so making it too
Igura
easy.
is a master of diplomacy.
You
He does.
could have
We always
fooled us.
forget about
Listen.
it because he acts like that.
Igura is a very good person, very good at convincing people to give him what they want. He's not very good at dealing with people.
It's real fan time.
All right.
So that's
Igura,
I'm giving up on
I
this
mean-
tonight.
no, thank you.
I'm sorry. I like I said, I apologize. I will stop trying to help with this. I am gone. Goodbye.
Stop helping. Actually, I still have more questions for you too.
Igura,
What
You've also been kind of murdery lately.
I've been a little bit, well, I've been more redeemy lately, but that's beside the point. I've been trying out this like new ethos.
You do
Redemption
be.
in your eyes or murder is still murder. That's still
Yeah.
that's still for me. That's a little murdery.
Yeah, that is murdery. I'll admit to that. That's a bit murdery.
Okay,
Although
okay.
I would like to be fair here. In the case of devil person that I don't want to say the name of in case they can hear
Mercedes.
you when you say their name.
Mercedes.
Oh great, you're just going to fucking
Avi!
summon her now.
The compact
you're
mirror
so-
in the pocket
you're so-
starts shaking.
Avi, as much as I like to take Igura's words and twist them around because it's excellent wordplay and very fun to do,
Oh boy.
we've got to take this seriously for once.
Okay, you're right. I know
And
you're right.
I will admit, I've been murdery with her. I've always been murdery with her. I don't think that she's a good person. I don't think that she is a safe person. I don't think that she is a person who deserves the unlimited almost amount of cosmic power that she has. I don't think she is a moral person. I don't think she has the same values as me, and quite frankly, I think she is completely, oh fuck, what's the word for opposite? Fancy word for opposite, Avi.
Antithetical?
Antithetical to every single positive aspect of myself.
If we didn't have 4 minutes left, I'd give you a hero point, McKenna.
Igura. Oh, I don't quite know how to put this.
Why do you feel that you are the arbiter of what is right and wrong?
Because God knows if I'm not, then I'm fucked.
You might be fucked.
Harvey!
This night, I did not know where this night was gonna go. Wow.
Being real with you, Ikura, I think that's kind of crazy. I think she's antithetical to what I am as a person. Therefore, she should either be like me or die. Is a crazy thing to say. That's bananas.
Do you see her as you used to see yourself?
I see someone who has a huge amount of power who does not actively try to use it for the betterment of others without expecting a reward for themselves. And I've said this many times.
Yeah.
And yes, I understand that she cannot act without some sort of deal because of restrictions that were placed on her. But as far as I can tell, she has not tried to find a way to get around those restrictions to help people. Thusly, she is okay with that. If you do not actively try to change the system that is flawed, you are okay with it.
That's all well and good. I still don't think that doing that is worthy of a death sentence.
Listen, she wouldn't be able to do the things that she does if she couldn't take any sort of payment. That's the whole point of that.
Endures in Darkness is just gonna speak up. I hate to interpose. I don't think it is my place for this sort of thing, but I should mention, and he kind of taps his notebooks, I feel like we have had this particular discussion quite a few times, and without any sort of, we've had some sort of revelations tonight, but without a path to do an actionable thing to change the situation, I feel like we are just going in circles. And It's late. People are tired, perhaps, and we still have half a shrine to clear and a diplomatic mission to finish, and what else has happened. So it might be best if we table this for another time where we have more time to discuss it, or when we're back in Lantambu, closer to the source of all this.
Also, Enders, do me one favor, and please don't ever apologize for interacting in a conversation.
I'm sorry, I'll try not to.
Your input is always welcome and greatly appreciated. You are full of wisdom and helpful thoughts, and I greatly appreciate you.
God, is he actually the only wisdom-based class in the party?
Yes.
Oh, God.
He has good wisdom.
Oh, God.
He has good wisdom, and we do not. Haha. How do we feel about having a hug before we go to sleep?
I could do a hug. I feel a little sad leaving out
Gamma's like, I love hugs.
Back to the Feywild.
Also,
Oh, I should have seen that coming.
Also, Ikura, I find great offense that you think that putting Gamma behind me is going to do anything.
Oh, now we're having that kind of competition. Okay.
The goal was to stop you from leaving, if that makes you feel better.
Oh, I don't leave that way.
Yeah, well, there we go.
No, give me a hug, damn it.
Okay.
Roll for hug.
You literally owe me a hug.
Igor begrudgingly goes into the group hug.
Yeah.
Oh, what do I owe you for the hug?
See, like I said, transaction. Ugh.
It's
Fuck.
I am making a tiny note about something, actually.
Oh.
That's the first time we've hugged.
No. Possible results of the hug.
Transactional affection. All right.
I mean, everything's transactional.
Ophelia has the
Break it
purple
down.
pox again.
I'm going for a walk before I go to bed. You all go lie down, and Igara's going to walk out to the outside of the temple.
There were
Bobby,
two.
who was capitulating to lie in bed, hangs from the ceiling to sleep.
There were two things I did want to quickly do before we wrap up. We're going to a little over tonight, but I did want to get these done. McKenna, you wanted to do something before bed.
Oh God, yeah, I did. I completely forgot
Started.
about that.
You're Mariama.
I'm so
I just
sorry.
wanted to shoot. That's okay. I'm having a good time. Trust me, if I would not been having a good time, I would have brought that up myself. I would have been sitting here like, can I please send my fucking sending?
Yeah, I don't care about your bullshit.
I just want to send like a very quick sending to Mariama and just say,
Sure.
any updates?
She gets back to you. I'm not going to bother counting my words because it's a short message. She mostly, in very, economical use of her words, mentions day-to-day activities unchanged, support growing. One thing of note, they are growing a tree.
Well, that's all the sendings I have for today, so that's all you get.
Were you just going for a walk, or was there something else you wanted
No,
to do?
Igura is just walking outside of the temple into the woods. He's going to look at a tree and just like and they'll be like, I'm not that much of a fucking guy, and just keep walking.
What happened the last time Igor walked off alone by himself?
Ooh,
Yes.
he wants it to happen again.
Ew. I can get away from it this time though, so we're good. Dim door.
Before we close, we are actually going to zoom all the way across the jungle through the dark of night back to Nantambu. We're going to zoom in on the Magambia, and then the camera will turn and pan back to the city proper, to a small, out-of-the-way shop down a dark alley. Inside the shop, sitting in a relatively sparse kind of parlor, we do find the owner of the Black Hat sitting. She is sitting at a table, hands kind of steepled in front of her, a thoughtful look that you guys have never really seen on her face before, staring at an object on her table. Resting on a small black satin cushion is a little glassy orb. It seems to have kind of swirling pink and kind of deep red kind of energy and ribbons that swirl and move through it. And you would have no way of telling this by looking at it, but there is a gentle warmth to it. And Mercedes is staring at this object, really contemplating, like looking into its depths, her eyes glowing in the dim light of the room and just the small light coming off this orb. And she just says to no one in particular, there's no one in the room, not her creepy Slenderman butler, there's no box on the ceiling with a wizard. She's just staring at this orb and she says, I wonder. And she plucks the orb off the table and swallows it. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
That's a weird hard-boiled egg.
Just
Me with a soft-boiled egg.
So thank you everyone for joining us. A bit of a change of pace tonight rather than a dungeon crawl. We had to crawl into the hearts of our party.
Oh,
I'm so sad Charlotte was here. Sarah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I didn't
love
actually.
Sarah.
Things got a little out of control there for a bit. I didn't expect things to go this far, but it was amazing. Everyone was on the ball tonight. I'm reminded I'm surrounded by actors. So I hope you tune in for next week where we see the possible fallout from this. We maybe pull Charlotte into whatever all this was, and we continue our exploration of the Shrine of the Eclipse and possibly put some people to rest. So until next time, be sure to check out the other shows on the channel, like the Wild Ambition Western PF2 Adventure on Wednesdays, the Astral Calling on Fridays, and the various weekend shows that kind of fluctuate a little bit as they need to. So,
Oh, I have an announcement.
McKenna has an announcement.
Right now on Spotify.com, as well as a couple of other places where one might listen to their podcasts, Spells and Whistles has their new Glitter Hearts mini campaign that I am guesting on.
nice.
Oh,
Putting the link to that very first episode in chat right now. New episodes are going up every Saturday or Sunday. I want
Okay,
to say it's
worked.
Sunday.
Sunday.
And this is our Glitter Hearts campaign. For those who do not know what Glitter Hearts is, it is a magical girl tabletop RPG. It is a powered by the apocalypse system. For those familiar with Monster of the Week, Thirsty Sword Lesbians, you know, or you love her, or at least I hope you do. And this one is themed very Y2K Disney Channel original movie in terms of its tone and setting. It's been a really fun time. It's a really fun crew. And I've been having a really good time.
Nice.
It's also, you'll probably hear me gesticulating through the mic because I'm so used to being able to emote for you all. There was a point last session when we were recording, I think it'll be the 3rd episode, where you're just going to hear. And then Jay, the DM, is going to come in and be like, you guys can't see this, but McKenna is making wild hand gestures.
Were you casting a spell?
I was giving like a silent, like, Penguins of Madagascar, like move out.
Like
sort
what
of
Ikaro
situation.
was doing this whole episode.
Slightly different, I think, but
This one had more purpose.
McKenna is
Oh,
used
God.
to the visual medium.
That's
Alright.
fair.
So if
That's
you
fair.
want to see me foray into the audio medium, that is where it's gonna be. It's been really fun. Jay did a really good job editing. So check it out if you are interested in some magical girls.
Yeah, thank you all so much for coming. 3 hours. Oh no, September 3rd. So it would be like 3 hours, 7 minutes. Only an hour, 7
Ooh.
minutes. It's not bad. Join us next time. Join our other shows, and we'll see you all on the next one. Bye bye.
have a good night, everyone.